So we're out here on a Sunday looking at some property like everybody else in New England. I, for some reason, have a ice drink in the middle of the winter. Out here with my road dog. Hey, can you say hello? Going out and looking at I just got a call from a real estate agent looking at a 3-family deal potentially to buy and hold. So just thought I'd go over exactly what I look at when I go through these properties really quickly. Just kind of a rundown of the big ticket items. So I'm not looking at sinks or doing your typical home inspection, looking under the sink and seeing if anything's dripping or anything. I take a look at that stuff really quickly, but that's not the things I'm concerned with. I'm on the outside of the property looking at taking a quick walk around and looking at the foundation and seeing, is the foundation leaning? Is it going back? Is it leaning one way or the other? Is it standing straight up? Can I see through it? Is the grout lines in the foundation? If it's a block foundation, are they crumbling? Are they falling apart? Does the foundation need to be repointed? I'm taking a quick look at the siding. Is it a shingle siding? Are there pieces missing? Is it blowing apart? Or is there any damage there? I'm also looking at the windows from the exterior. I'm going to look at them on the interior as well, but I'm looking at the exterior and I'm saying, is the trim peeling apart? It's a lead paint issue. It's just a hazard. It makes the building look bad as well. But I want to see, do those things need to be repaired? And do the windows look like they're old wooden windows? Are they potentially vinyl replacement, stronger, more insulated windows? Also on the exterior of the property, I'm looking at the decks. The decks are a big thing. I'm looking today at a triple decker in Boston or Dorchester, and in any neighborhood, South Boston, Somerville, Cambridge, with a lot of triple deckers in Boston, you see the decks at a weird angle. They're not at a 90-degree angle. Do they need to be repointed, or they need to be rebuilt altogether? So I'm taking a close look at that, because those are the things that are really going to cost me money. And then I'm going to ask again. Often I'm just going to assume that the roof needs to be replaced, especially in the stuff that I'm buying. So shingle roof, most of them are flat rubber roofs. I'm going to assume $6-7 grand for new rubber, and for a couple of guys to get up there and lay that down and replace that for me. So once I get inside, again, I'm not spending too much time on the cosmetics. I'm going to, especially up on that 3rd floor, I'm going to look up at the ceiling and I'm going to see, do I see any water damage? Because that's going to give me a real indication of how bad that roof is, if it needs to be replaced. So I'm looking at water spots and stains, anything that might have been painted over there. And then, my guy just pulled up. And then I'm going to go inside the units and also look at all the windows and see, do those need to be replaced? Pull them up and down, close them, open them, and see if they're actually in good condition. Most of the time, if they're old wooden windows, you can tell. You can just kind of tap on them and they're rattling, and they probably need to be replaced with new vinyl windows. And then from there, I'm looking at, one of the major things I am looking at within the units is the floor level. Do you see the floor shifting from one place to another? If you stand in the corner of the room, do you see like a slope downhill? That could indicate there are some foundation issues or some structural issues there that need to be addressed. Stuff like that I don't know. I typically stay away from unless the price really pulls me in. From there, I'm going to head into the basement, and these are really my big ticket items. First thing I'm going to look at in the basement is my heating systems. Triple decker, hopefully there's 3 of them. Are they the old snowman boilers? Do they need to be replaced? Even if they're not, do they look like they're 20 plus years old? So I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at that and the condition of those, along with the water heaters as well. I'm also going to walk around the interior of the foundation. Do I smell water? Do I feel moisture in the air? It could indicate that there is some type of moisture coming in, some type of sump pump or repointing the foundation may be needed there. I'm also going to look up and look at these structural beams that are supporting the house as well, and make sure that there are no cracks or splits or anything, or any sagging that indicates that there is a structural issue with the property there. So what other big ticket items am I looking at? So I'm in the basement, I'm looking for moisture, I'm looking at the beam, I'm looking at the heating systems, the hot water tanks. I'm also making sure that my electrical is in good condition as well. So I'm opening up the panels For these triple deckers, especially if it's going to be a rental property, you really want to have 4 meters there, 3 meters for your one for each unit, and then one for your public access or your public meter as well, which is the electrical for your common areas like the exterior lights in your basement and stuff like that. So those are your big ticket items. Those are the things that I'm looking for. I'm going to put a number to each one of those things. I'm going to determine my ARV, take off that number, and see if the property makes sense at the end of the day. But those are the things I'm looking for when I run through these potential rental properties.